Hi everyone, comic book reviewer here. This time reviewing on Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Rodrick Rules 2022 film review. Now as you know, the 2022 version of Rodrick Rules is meant to be, based on the 2008 novel, as well as being the animated adaptation of the original book, as well as being a sequel to the 2021 film that I did cover a few years ago. Now, the best way I can describe the animated version of Rodrick Rules is being, a simple, watered down, and more kind of basic version over the kind of original film version of Rodrick Rules from 2011. And the premise of the film is meant to follow how, after Susan and Frank leave their kids home alone, we kind of see how, Rodrick takes advantage of the situation and throws this big party. And we see how after Greg gets dirt of Rodrick's party, we kind of see how Rodrick tries to blackmail, manipulate, and get Greg to do whatever he wants, and doing it as his set of things called Rodrick Rules. And it's kind of like similar to the original film, but there is some things that I think the original film did better over the animated one. Like, showing how Bill was a bit of this deadbeat, and you kind of saw how Frank was a little cautious of Bill and didn't want Rodrick to follow his similar mistakes. But I think what the animated one gets right at is showing Frank's dad kind of show that he does want Frank and his brother to make up and try to sort things out, and does feel a sense of regret not doing anything sooner. And we do kind of see how Greg has to see that he doesn't want him and Rodrick to be like their dad and their uncle. And I think what the animated film gets right at is also showing Frank to be a bit cautious of Rodrick, showing that, he doesn't want Rodrick to kind of give Greg ideas and emulating his behaviour and actions. And I think what the film also does a better job at in this one is showing that, despite Greg trying to set things right, he is still going to be punished for allowing the party to happen and following Rodrick's examples. And it's kind of clear that, Frank and Susan makes it clear to their kids that they're still being punished despite them still trying to set things right. And I think it's like with most parents, because, even though you do set things right, you're still going to be punished one way or the other, despite trying to fix the situation. And I think what also the film does well at, is also showing how, we do see how first Greg does kind of join the band to get back at Rodrick, but we do see him slowly realising that he doesn't want to be that kind of person, and does try to actually fix up his screw-ups. I think while the film does feel like it's trying to be a more improved version over the 2011 film, it's definitely a bit of a mixed bag, but it's got some moments where I think the film works. Like, showing how Greg is trying to get everyone out the house by playing a song of Rick Astley, which is Never Gonna Give You Up. And I think for someone who grew up with parents who were more into the 80s, I'm more used to 80s songs because they always had that catchy beat, they always had that kind of sort of mean feel to it. And I think it's like listening to Tina Turner, also listening to George Michael, also listening to Michael Jackson, also listening to, Queen. They always had that certain originality to their songs. And I think it's like looking at, TM Revolution, or kind of like looking at Kylie Minogue, or it's kind of like looking at, I think, also S Club, because there's always that original song that still holds on to a part of yourself. And I think it's a moment where I think, the 2022 film Rodrick Rules has moments where it can be redeemed, But there's moments where, yeah, we've been there, done that, but it definitely feels like the film has some ideas that improves itself and has moments where it is trying to fix over the 2021 film. So I think this one definitely deserves 2 thumbs in the middles. Kind of alright, kind of okay, but definitely a mixed bag there and there. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.